Coach Adam Fossett, the head football coach at B.B. Calmer in his first year with the Tigers. And Coach, good morning to you.
Good morning.
You get started a week from tomorrow night against Winterboro. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes. But the new day has arrived at B.B. Calmer, and man, from 14, 15 players to 50 players, that's a pretty good jump. How's that going?
Things are going good. It's as of yesterday, we had 54. So that's 7th through 12th grade. We have a lot of, or not a lot, but we have a couple 7th graders that are, you know, I set a deadline for them. Friday is their absolute last day to make a decision on coming out for JV football. So, but it's a good, man, it's a good problem to have, you know. You're looking around trying to find a helmet and trying to, you know, we need shoulder pads, we need this, we need that, because of the numbers. And it's been key. The key thing is recruiting the hallways and recruiting the kids that are already, you know, that are there.
How did you do that? I mean, that's a pretty good jump from a handful of players to 50.
You know, it started when I arrived in March. I asked the administration, can I meet with all athletes? And I met with all of them. I told them, look, whatever has happened. I don't know who you are. I don't know what's happened. I don't know if you're a good kid, bad kid. Mm-hmm. It's a clean slate. And, you know, provide all those kids a clean slate. And I told them my vision. I said, look, this isn't going to be easy, but it's going to be well worth it at the end of the day. So we established some expectations early. We established a calendar for off-season workouts and summer workouts and things like that. And I really feel like the transition, it's a gradual transition. The kids are there, and they want to, whether kids admit it or not, kids love discipline. So they love structure. Mm-hmm. And to provide that structure and that discipline, and then be able to get a coaching staff in over the summer that we're all on the same page, we all understand the expectations and things like that. So it's just communicating with the kids. It's clear expectations with them. It's spending time and saying, hey, how are you doing this morning? Mm-hmm. Or, you know, whatever the case may be. It's little things. Kids like those little things. They like to know that mm-hmm. you care about them. So, you know, we spend a lot of time caring about our kids. We're tough on them. Practices are tough, but we care about the kids, and that's important to show that we care about them. And all of a sudden, you know, 4 kids start talking to 4 other kids, and they start talking to 4 other kids. All of a sudden, you got 15 kids at your door going, hey, I want to work out, I want to play football. So we have 11 seniors.
I was about to ask, is this a pretty balanced team as far as
it is,
numbers?
We have 11 seniors, and out of the 11, 7 of them didn't play last year. So getting those older kids back involved, getting them, you know, into the program, and there's out of those 11, there's some kids that really help us out. There's some kids that are game changers for us.
Talk about some of those players.
Brent Beard is a huge kid. He's 6'4", 260. Just a massive offensive, defensive lineman for us, and he's the type of kid. He's a college-worthy kid. He chose not to play the past 2 seasons, you know, and I don't care why I didn't ask mm-hmm. why. I need him to play now.
You're glad he's playing now,
right? Yeah, you know. So, but he's out and he's playing with us. But Brent's the type of kid that, you know, if he'd been with it and stayed with it, and all the process, you know, went as it should have, I guess. He's the type of kid that would have college coaches on campus, and you know, not necessarily Saban or Malzahn, but mm-hmm. You know, a Troy State, Jacksonville State. I mean, he's that caliber of an athlete. He fires off the ball. He's going to knock the crap out of you. He's going to fire through the offensive line and tackle the quarterback. I mean, he's a big kid, and man, he works hard for us.
Talk about some of the skill positions this year.
You know, two kids that haven't played that came back that are seniors are Jared and Rodney Looney. They're twins, so they battle in everything. Mm-hmm. You know, they compete all the time. But, man, those kids, I really feel like they're going to be game changers for us in some critical moments in games. So They really do a good job of. They've been a huge surprise for us because coming into it, I didn't know how physical they were going to be. I didn't know how committed they were going to be. They were kind of, Coach, we're going to give us a try and so forth and so on. And man, they're all in. So and you can tell, just program-wise in general, you can tell that things are headed in the right direction. Just again, little things that happen, little things that go on. First off, we've got 50 plus kids that come every day, and they get after it every day. But when you're coaching and with the grind that is the preseason, they get tired of beating and banging on each other, but two, it's a very physical. I mean, football's a physical sport, and we're trying to make our guys very physical players. I mean, that's kind of been a thing is we've got to be physical. If you look at teams that I've had in the past, that's one thing that even at Winterboro, when I started my career as a head coach, my biggest offensive lineman was 160 pounds one year, but he was mean and physical, and that's the brand of football we have to play. So, but even on days like yesterday, for instance, practice was very simple. It was a helmets practice. We did a lot of classroom stuff we had to get some install stuff done. We had to get some defensive checks done, things like that. So all those varsity guys had a classroom session. JV guys went out and worked offensive stuff and got some real one-on-one time, so they can get some one-on-one coaching stuff. But when we were done, practice was over. It was time to go home. Kids are being picked up, so forth and so on, and you've got 15 kids that come out on the field with footballs, and they're out there, they're working routes, they're working handoffs, working steps, and we're just, honestly, we were painting the field. We were getting everything ready to make sure we didn't lose the lines on the practice field and so forth and so on. So I guess the big thing is the commitment that they have. They're committed to it. There's no doubt about it. And they develop, you can see things change when they develop your mentality. So they develop my mentality of we're very blue collar. My coaches are very blue collar. We're going to go to work. We're going to, if something needs to be done, we're going to do it.
We'll be back with Coach Fossett to talk about his staff and the first game against Winterboro right after this.
CallTheShield.com is the solution to pest and termite problems. APS shields your home from termite infestation, unwanted pests, mold and water intrusion, sagging floors, and unhealthy lawns. Visit CallTheShield.com to schedule your free evaluation. That's CallTheShield.com to schedule your free evaluation. Alabama Professional Services, protection for your home.
Coosa Valley Medical Center, one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama, is also Sylacauga's largest employer. Services from the emergency room to surgery to cancer treatment to post-stroke care. You won't believe what's right in your backyard. It's Coosa Valley Medical Center in Sylacauga. So, if you're sick in Alabama, choose one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama. That is Coosa Valley Medical Center.
Marble City Pharmacy in Sylacauga is your destination for the highest quality health care. Our knowledgeable pharmacists are always available for questions about your medications or advice on taking over-the-counter products and supplements. Our friendly staff can assist you in choosing from our full lines of compression hose and medical equipment. And don't forget our gift department. We have a great selection of unique gifts for every occasion. Stop by and see us today. Marble City Pharmacy, here for life.
We continue with Coach Adam Fossett, the head football coach at B.B. Comer, in his first year there, 11 years as a head football coach in high school football. And you talked about your coaching staff. You're new to B.B. Comer. What about your staff?
Staff-wise, we've got a whole new staff other than one key element. Mark Vincent is back. He's
on injured reserve.
He is. That's a very interesting story. Hopefully he's watching this morning. But Mark has been, man, he's great. He's a go-getter. He's a head baseball coach. He's had success with baseball. Helps me out with football in any way that I need. So He was really helpful with me coming in and telling me, this is, showing me some things, telling me which kids are we need to go after, which kids are targets to get on the football team. So, but other than that, we've got a new staff. There's a lot of new faces there. So Mike Watts came in. Mike Watts was with me at Childersburg. He was my defense coordinator and he's going to be my defense coordinator here. So once I left Childersburg, he went to Montgomery Catholic, and then he joined me at Smith Station for a year before coming back up here with me. Brandon Brown is with us. He's a digital learning specialist at the school. So he was just placed at Comer this year. And he was actually my offensive coordinator at Winterboro.
Keep those ties.
That's right, many years ago. So he's back with me. Kind of like putting the band back together, and it was just with a few different instrument players. But Robert Hardy is with me. I coached Robbie in high school in Georgia. So I've known Robbie since he was 16 years old. Got to go through the recruiting process with him. Kid was recruited by a ton of different schools, ended up going to Memphis and playing football. After Memphis, went to Auburn, got his master's, and called me and said, hey, if you know anybody looking for a teacher, a PE teacher, I need him. But he's there. And then obviously brought up Michael Hale in. Michael Hale graduated from Comer in 2010, played a little bit of football at Bama, been in the National Guard. You want to talk about energetic, like I have a hard time keeping up with him. We're in the gym. We're in the gym together during the day, and he's bouncing off the walls. I'm like, Coach, I'm almost 40 years old and fat and out of weight, out of shape, and you got to slow down, man. Let's sit here for a second. So, but anyway, those guys are all, and the key with the coaching staff is communication, but also loyalty. And I explained to them coming in, look, I need you to be loyal. You can disagree with me, and we can talk about it, but you've got to be loyal to me. I said, we got to be on the same page because, in a small school setting, we are, Coach Hale is my receivers and DBs coach. He's also the head boys basketball coach. Coach Hardy coaches my offensive and defensive line. He's also my girls basketball coach. Coach Watts and I are doing football, and we're going to turn around and do track. So we've got, it's easy to have an athletic meeting because I only have to call a total program meeting because I only have to call like 2 coaches that aren't there and say, hey, look, we're going to meet in 30 minutes, come out of the gym because that's where they are practicing volleyball. So
can this team win this year?
They can. This team can win. There's talent on the team. There's desire on the team. They're salty. They're hungry. You have to look at the schedule, and the schedule is what it is, and it's a tough schedule. You can't look at it and not respect the schedule. You can't look at it and say, oh, well, this schedule's a piece of cake. The schedule's tough. You look at a Sacs team that was in the 3rd round of 4A playoffs, Randolph County and Piedmont that played each other in the semifinals. He went to the state. Weaver is, I keep hearing Weaver, and they're going to be pretty athletic. So, they're going to try and make a run at it. So the region is tough. But there's games that are winnable games, and I'm a believer in that's why you play the game. I'm not going to I won't go into any week in the next 10 weeks and say, well, I just hope we compete. No, we're going to prepare to win, and we're going to hope to win. We want to make sure we're firing on all cylinders on Friday night and that everybody's ready, and we're going to be prepared, and we're going to play a good brand of football. So I've got to see how our kids react to adversity in a game time situation. But right now, things are really good for us. It's fun to go to practice every day.
B.B. Comer yesteryear won a lot of football games.
Yes.
In the last number of years, has been down years. The alumni, the graduates, those that support B.B. Comer is hungry for a winning program once again there.
Right. And that's the thing is, a couple things. One is, tradition-wise, it's a traditionally rich school. There's a lot of winning going on in all sports, a lot of success in sports, and that's what we want to bring back to it. You know, my wife is a graduate of Comer. Her mother's a graduate of Comer. My brother-in-law is a graduate of Comer. So even years ago, when I first got into the family, I heard about all that and listened to all that, and had numerous conversations with Coach Overton about, you know, just random conversations about it. So, you know, our hashtag is Restore the Roar, and that's what we're trying to do. We want to bring this back. We want to bring pride back to this program. We want those kids to have pride. We want those kids to walk around with their chest out and to be excited about what's going on, and you can see that in the schools. And people, we have a shirt that says "Make them Believe." It's on the kids' tight fit shirt, and I tell them every day, nobody's going to give you anything. No, they're not just going to they're not going to lay down on Friday night because we have 50 kids. They're not going to, you know, Piedmont's not going to be scared because we have 50 kids. It's not going to happen. You got to go out and perform. You got to go out and do it. You got to put the work in to reap the rewards. And again, I go back to, it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. And I tell them that a lot. But to be prepared for it and be ready, we'll be ready. Will we be the most athletic team on Friday nights? Not necessarily, but we'll be ready and we'll be prepared. And you mentioning the alumni, you want to talk about a great group of people, like dealing with Randy Kane and Biddy Burton, and man, they have been very helpful. They've been very supportive. I've shared my vision with them. Our all sports boosters, Tasia Bradford, Shannon Cleveland, they have been just awesome in supporting us. And what do you need? What can we do? And that's huge, is getting those, networking those people.
Yeah.
And that's in today's world, it's being the head coach is so much more than just coaching football. It's networking. It's talking to different people about, you know, hey, can you help us? We had to buy 40 brand new helmets this year, $6,500. That's almost a football budget that's almost a whole. I mean, so, you know, we need help with helmets. We need, you know, can you help us with this? And both groups have just come together and they're like, hey, this is what we can help you with. This is what we can do for you. I'm like, that is awesome, you know. So they've helped us financially. They've helped us find sponsors for pregame meals. They've helped us do all sorts of things. And that's the key is everybody's getting on the same page, everybody helping out. So.
Coach Adam Fossett, the head football coach at BB Comer. We'll talk with Coach Fossett again next week as we get set for the Winterboro Bulldogs, a place that you're familiar with. We'll talk about that game as we honor the legacy of Coach Ty Cobb next Friday night too. Coach, we'll see you then, okay?
Yep, sounds good.
Coach Adam Fossett, the head football coach at BB Comer High School, our guest this morning. More Daybreak after this.